Hey guys, Matthew here from the mmatt YouTube channel. Episode 3 of the Canadian Reload Radio listener donated AR-15 build. And as you can see here, I've got the upper all completely assembled. And well, I had video detailing each step on how I did it, but a bunch of video was lost due to the iPod spazzing out a little bit and deciding that it didn't like me very much. Well, to be fair, I didn't like Trevor very much either because 12 minutes of video was lost on his watch. So thank you, Trevor. I kid, of course, it's not his fault. But, you know, what are you going to do? So what I'm going to do real quick is just kind of detail the different parts of the build and kind of tell you as best I can how they were installed. Now, I did manage to salvage a little bit of video, so that video I'll intersplice, if that's a word, whenever it's appropriate. But let's start real quick with the upper parts kit, which includes the dust cover and the forward assist. So the dust cover is very simple to put on. It's 3 parts. It's the dust cover itself, there's this spring here, and then there's this rod. And simply you put the dust cover in place, slide the rod through up until here, put in the spring and give the spring 1 rotation, and then push the rod through the rest of the way. And it's simply held in place by the barrel nut. So there's no clip or anything on the end. You just slide it in and it stays there so long as your barrel nut is on. The forward assist, a little bit more difficult, but not too much. It comprises again of 3 major parts. The forward assist itself, which has a pawl on the inside, and basically that engages these ridges here. And so whenever the bolt isn't completely seated, you can push on the forward assist and it pushes the bolt forward slowly by engaging these teeth and just kind of jacking it forward. So there's that part, and then there's a spring that allows it to return, and then there's a roll pin. So you simply put the 3 pieces together and slide the roll pin into place, and that captures it. So that's fairly simple as well. The bolt and charging handle are fairly self-explanatory. I'll get to them in a second. The barrel, gas tube, and gas block are all next. Actually, let's touch real quickly on the flash hider. Not too difficult. You thread it onto place. There's a crush washer. You can see that there is a bottom to the flash hider and a top. You simply keep screwing it until the top is lined up dead center, and the crush washer keeps it all in place. Again, very basic. So let's get into the barrel. The barrel has a little rod, a little pin, and the receiver has a little slot, and the pin slides into that, and that makes sure that the barrel is upright, which allows the gas tube to be pointing up where it needs to be, so the expanding gas from the bullet can cycle the bolt. Alright, so up next we'll install the gas block on the barrel and the gas tube into the gas block. And as you can see, we are shooting out of sequence here slightly because this needed to be installed before we actually put the barrel in the receiver. But an issue that you have to bear in mind whenever you install the gas block, whether it's one with the front sight or not, is that normally I'm putting a free float hand guard on. The ones that aren't free floated have a spacer, front kind of plate, if you will, that this kind of snugs up against. So if I snug that all the way up to this lip here, the hole's going to be off, and that won't be good. So I've come up with this solution. It's just basically a drill bit that fit in here perfectly, and then I taped the other end. I cut it and then taped the other end so that it fit the diameter of this hole. And so now I just slide that into the barrel, and you can see there's that gap there. So now I know exactly where the gap is, exactly where the front sight needs to be, the gas block, if you will, there. And on the front, I just took some pencil and I just marked it with pencil exactly where it needs to go. I wonder if you can see it better that way. There you go. And so now I know whenever I install this, I can line it up with the pencil mark and it'll be in the right spot. The hole will line up. So now that I'm done with that, you definitely want to take that out before you assemble. So that goes on about there, and the gas tube simply slides in the front and you put a roll pin through. So you can see here we have a roll pin that goes into the side, and that matches the hole on the gas tube here at the front. So you can see this is where the gas actually goes from the barrel, and this just simply holds the gas tube into the gas block. And then once that's assembled, we'll be able to actually slide that in through the barrel nut into the receiver, and that will be the gas system all lined up. And what I do is just take a punch. Actually, this is my high quality punch. It's a nail with the end filed off flats because I don't have a punch. And then I just slide that through just to make sure that the gas tube is actually lined up properly with the hole there. So that's lined up. You then just take your roll pin, and this doesn't go through easily. You need to put some pressure on that. So what I've done is I've taken a pair of pliers here. These are just channel locks, and I've wrapped them in tape so I don't mar anything, and I simply push the pin like that. Not 100% there, but I'll smooth that up, flush that up off camera there. But that's it. So there's your gas tube installed. It can only go on one way, so you can't do it wrong. And then what I'll do is I will, now that this is, we'll cut to the other part of the video where we actually install this on the upper receiver. This will then just slide in past the handguard there, and then we'll just kind of find the front marks here that I've marked with pencil, and then the bottoms just get screwed into place. So that's it. So you can kind of see that gas tube right in there. Okay, so that's going through. So the way this goes is you stick the barrel on and you thread the barrel nut into place, and you can see there's a bunch of holes in the back. Well, the gas tube's got to go through one of those holes. So you put it as tight as you can, and then you use a strap wrench, in my case, because I couldn't separate the handguard from the barrel nut. If I could have, I would just use a barrel nut wrench. But then you just simply turn it with the added force of the strap wrench or the barrel nut wrench until you line up with the next hole. And that should put you between 30 and 80 foot-pounds of torque, which is right exactly where it needs to be. So now that's installed permanently. The next thing that goes in, of course, is the gas tube, and the gas tube slides into the gas block, which in this case is also the front sight. This is a Yankee Hill fold-down front sight. So it goes into the front there. You can kind of see where it goes in, and then you just simply push a roll pin in place that that captures the gas tube. Up next, of course, is the bolt and the charging handle, and those are very simple. You can see there's a couple little notches on the side here, and inside there are some notches into that guide rail there. So you slide this into place, those notches will fall in. Charging handle slides forward, just put it in about halfway. The gas key slides into the channel like so, and then the bolt just slides into the gun. And the important thing to remember when doing this is make sure that the bolt is actually extended. There's two positions here. There's back and there's forward. So make sure it's forward when you do that, or it won't fit. So it just goes in like this, and there you go. And you can see that the dust cover opens and closes as the bolt reciprocates. So you can have the bolt closed. As soon as you fire, of course, the bolt's going to cycle, and that's going to open it. You can also have it closed and close the bolt, and it opens it again. So anyway, that's how that works. So anyway, we can talk real quick about the rear sight here. This is a Troy Industries folding battle sight, so FBS, and it's very nice. I rather enjoy it. There'll be a full range review on how it works, and then of course here's the Spark from Vortex, which Owen the Warrior donated. So let me run through real quick the donors of all the parts for this. We've got Sam. Sam donated the upper. We've got Erik. Erik donated the upper parts kit. We've got Calvin. Calvin donated the gas tube. We've got Trevor, who donated the front sight and the free float handguard. We've got Jeff, also known as Smack Daddy, who donated the entire bolt carrier group. We've got Owen Fluwelling, who donated the charging handle, and like I said, also donated the Spark. I picked up the rear sight, the barrel, and flash hider myself, and so far this is what we have. So anyway, thanks for watching. Watch for more videos soon, and I hope those videos aren't corrupted, so you'll actually be able to see me put together the lower and then actually get this puppy up and running. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you next time. Alright, so there's the barrel installed properly, and I'm very sorry to have to report that Trevor screwed up my video and lost everything. Is that not correct, Trevor Furlot of the Canadian Shooting Sports channel? No, I'm just teasing. It wasn't his fault.